Hi, I'm Matt from Tubby Tarot. Today I want to talk about something that is quite close to my heart, and that is burnout. Yep, tarot reader burnout. It's coming up right after this. Hi, and welcome back. Okay, as a tarot reader, you tend to take on a lot of other people's stuff, and often it really gets to you. You end up being overwhelmed. Eventually there's going to come a time when you're going to have to say to yourself, whoa, hang on, I'm seeing some signs that perhaps I need to re-look at the situation, or I'm going to be burning myself out. All right, so what I've done today is I've come up with 5 signs that should ring bells of alarm if you notice these 5 signs in yourself as a reader. All right, so I'm going to go through the 5 different signs of burnout, and then I'm going to give you, with each one, I'm going to give you a little solution that you could try to overcome or avoid the situation of reader's burnout. The first one that I want to talk about is when you're feeling that you are overworked. You look at your appointment book and all you see is like, oh my God, I've got 6 readings booked for today, and I've got 8 readings booked for tomorrow, and the weekend is here, and I have another 4 readings booked over the weekend, and it just goes on and on. If you are feeling overworked or overbooked, you need to relook at how you are booking your clients. Are you booking people too close together? Are you booking too many readings in one day? Don't forget, you as a reader, reading takes an enormous amount of energy. You might not even be aware of it because you can get so engrossed in other people's readings. But it takes a huge amount of energy to do interpretations, to do card interpretations. As I say, whether you know this is happening or not, it actually is. And you need to perhaps look at pacing your bookings, perhaps leave more space between each client, or you need to look at a different way of booking or resetting your schedule. So that's the first thing, is feeling overworked. The next thing you might feel is you might feel drained of energy. And by that, I don't mean tired and listless. You will know what I mean when it happens to you. You just feel drained of your spiritual energy, almost like your aura just feels depleted. And this happens when you, especially if you are doing a lot of readings for people who have trauma in their lives, or are going through mental instabilities of their own, or major mental issues that they're working through, and they've come to you for an interpretation of a reading. This is where your energies, or your auric energies, are going to be drained. Okay, it's almost a form of psychic vampirism that happens, and you just feel. The best thing there to do is take a day off from reading and cleanse not only yourself but your reading space. Give it a good old spiritual, good old energy clean. Get your broom out and sweep the whole place, or in today's modern age, get your hoover out and hoover your sacred space. Take all your cards off the shelves. Take all your deities off the shelves. Give everything a good scrub, a good polish, a good dust. Cleanse yourself. Guys, I don't really like the smell of sage. I find it too smoky. But if sage is your thing, sage your aura, sage yourself. I like to use a bell. I find for me, using a bell and using auric cleansing, the cleansing using sound, that to me works wonders. I can actually feel the negative energy drop to the ground, just drop right out of the atmosphere. Use whatever works for you to cleanse yourself and the energies in your room. Don't forget that when people come into your reading room, into your reading space, they are bringing a lot of negativity and a lot of uncertainty with them in the form of energy. And they do tend to leave that behind, because once they leave you, they feel relieved and they feel great and they feel fine. But what have they done with that negative energy? They've dropped it off at your doorstep. They've left it in your room. So you need to get rid of that. And can I also suggest that after each day, if not each reading, if you can't do it after each reading, at least at the end of the day, do a small cleanse of your reading space, and perhaps just a little cleanse of yourself, just to get that residual energy, to stop that residual energy from building up. Okay. What is another sign of burnout? Another sign of burnout is when you're feeling unfocused. You're doing a reading and you're kind of all over the place. Your mind is not focused on the reading. You're thinking about picking up the kids from school and like, oh God, I'm doing the reading, and then, you might see something in the reading that reminds you that, oh shit, I've got to go and pick up I've got to go grocery shopping this afternoon. Anyway, you bring yourself back, and that's being unfocused. So if you're not focusing 100% onto the reading that you are doing, it could be a sign of burnout. Okay. Now, how would I deal with this? I find that if you use some form of meditation, it helps just swing your energies back into alignment. It just swings you back into that focused state. You can do a 10-minute meditation just before you go to bed, or when you wake up, or even just before reading. If you know that Mrs. Jones is coming in at 10, 10:30, do a 10-minute meditation and then go through and get your reading area ready. Okay, meditation definitely helps if you're feeling unfocused. All right. Another sign of burnout is being snappy and irritable. If you are snappy and irritable with all those around you, or God help you, clients, it's definitely time to have a good look at that. Why am I like this? It's burnout. The best way to do this is to actually step away and get away. Leave your cards, leave your sacred space, go outside for a day, take yourself away, step completely away, do things that are not related to the tarot or to anything cartomancy inspired. Go out, go and see a movie, go and play a game of mini golf, do something different. Step away, step back. The final sign of burnout is and this is a really, really common one, and it's a huge sign that says I'm about to burn out, is if you become emotionally involved with your client's reading and you start taking on the emotions that are coming through in the reading that are actually meant for your client. If you start taking this on, and this is specifically aimed at this specific, I'm speaking now specifically to people who are very empathic. If you're an empath and you are reading for people, you will find that you take on so much of that reading yourself. And the way that you can stop this from happening is, before reading, do a protective spell if you are into witchcraft or you are a witch. Otherwise, if you don't do a spell, if spells are not quite your thing, then what I'm going to suggest is you ground yourself. Ground yourself by any means possible. Go and stand outside barefoot on the grass for a few minutes before reading. What I often do when I know that I'm in that kind of like vulnerable emotional state and I've got a reading, I visualize a golden auric egg, that I'm actually in this golden orb, this golden egg-shaped orb, and it stretches all the way around me, down through the floor into this egg shape, and nothing can penetrate that golden orb, and that is my protection. I'm inside that space, and that is my space, and whatever happens within the reading, whatever emotions come through, happen outside of that space. Okay, I hope that was informative, and I do hope that helped you a little bit. You know who I am. I'm Matt from Tabby Tarot saying, I'll see you next week.